History, as we know it, is a puzzle, a grand timeline stitched together with ruins, relics, and the remnants of civilizations long gone. But what if some of the pieces don't fit? What if beneath the surface of accepted history lie secrets so profound they could rewrite everything we think we know about humanity's past? Across the globe, ancient anomalies and forgotten cities are quietly whispering stories of a deeper, more complex history. Towering megaliths carved with mathematical precision, mysterious devices hundreds or even thousands of years ahead of their time, and entire cities swallowed by jungles, deserts, or oceans, all hint at civilizations that rose to great heights and then vanished, leaving behind only fragments and riddles. Some of these sites challenge conventional timelines, others suggest technological capabilities we didn't believe ancient people could possess. And then there are the legends. Tales of sunken empires, gods who walked among mortals, and knowledge lost in cataclysms that wiped the slate clean. Why were these cities abandoned? Who carved the impossible stonework of sites like Pumapunku? How did the builders of Göbekli Tepe organize a construction project thousands of years before agriculture was widespread? Are these the remnants of known civilizations, or could they be the echoes of something even older, a lost chapter of human achievement forgotten by time? This is where archaeology meets mystery. In the shadow of pyramids, beneath the waves, or deep in dense, untouched forests, lie clues that point toward a far more enigmatic and adventurous past. And in this realm of unanswered questions, one thing is certain: the deeper we dig, the more we realize that history is far from settled, it's just beginning to speak. Unexplained megaliths and out-of-place artifacts, OPArts. Scattered across the globe are ancient wonders that defy conventional explanations, massive stones carved with precision, artifacts that seem far too advanced for their time, and items found where they simply shouldn't be. Take the stone spheres of Costa Rica, perfectly round, weighing several tons, and carved with such precision that even modern sculptors are baffled. No one knows exactly who made them or why. Or consider the Antikythera mechanism, an ancient Greek device pulled from a shipwreck that functions like a complex analog computer, capable of predicting astronomical positions decades in advance. It's over 2,000 years old, yet its engineering rivals that of Renaissance clockmakers. Then there's Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, a ceremonial site over 11,000 years old, built with megalithic stones that predate agriculture, writing, and metal tools. These so-called OPArts, out-of-place artifacts, challenge the neat narrative of linear human progress. How did early humans achieve such feats? Were advanced civilizations forgotten by history? These anomalies aren't just archaeological puzzles, they're windows into lost chapters of humanity's story, begging to be decoded. Lost civilizations and cities swallowed by time. Beneath deserts, jungles, and oceans lie the echoes of once thriving cities, urban marvels that flourished, then vanished without a trace, leaving behind haunting ruins and unanswered questions. Mohenjo-Daro, a meticulously planned metropolis of the Indus Valley civilization, had sewage systems more advanced than some 19th-century European cities, yet no one knows what caused its sudden collapse. Was it war, disease, or something stranger? In the Pacific, the mysterious city of Nan Madol floats on a network of artificial islets built with massive basalt stones. How this remote Venice of the Pacific was constructed without modern tools, and why it was ultimately abandoned, remains unsolved. And then there are the legends, tales of the lost city of Z deep in the Amazon, whispered by indigenous tribes and obsessively hunted by explorers like Percy Fawcett, who vanished searching for it. These forgotten cities ignite the imagination because they hint at entire civilizations that may have rivaled or surpassed our expectations of ancient human achievement. Every buried street and crumbling wall dares us to rethink the past and wonder, how much history has the earth quietly reclaimed? Controversial discoveries and alternative theories. Not all archaeological finds fit neatly into textbooks, and some are so strange, they spark fierce debates and wild speculation. In the hills of Bosnia, a massive, pyramid-shaped formation has led some to claim the existence of the world's oldest and largest pyramid, predating even the ones in Egypt. Mainstream archaeologists dismiss it as a natural formation, but supporters argue its geometric precision and underground tunnels tell a different story. Off the coast of Japan, at Yonaguni, divers discovered what looks like a submerged city with terraces, steps, and roads, all carved from solid rock. Is it the remnant of an ancient civilization lost to rising seas, or just a quirk of geology? Then there's the legend-rich site of Puma Punku in Bolivia, where stone blocks weighing dozens of tons are cut with machine-like accuracy, leading some to wonder if forgotten technology, or even lost knowledge from an advanced prehistoric culture, was at play. These discoveries blur the line between science and mystery. While some researchers call for caution and evidence, others argue that clinging too tightly to orthodoxy may be blinding us to the deeper, messier truth of human history. After all, what if our ancestors weren't just primitive survivors, but brilliant architects of a world we've barely begun to rediscover? As fascinating as the mysteries of archaeological anomalies and forgotten cities are, not all require extraterrestrial architects or lost super-civilizations to be incredible. In fact, the most astonishing explanations may be the most human. The truth is, ancient people were not primitive, they were ingenious, adaptive, and often far more advanced than we give them credit for. With only basic tools, incredible patience, and deep knowledge of their environment, early civilizations achieved remarkable feats that still stand today. Their monuments, cities, and artifacts reflect not magic or myth, but a long-forgotten mastery of engineering, astronomy, and craftsmanship passed down through generations. Sites like Göbekli Tepe don't necessarily overturn history, they expand it. They remind us that our ancestors were capable of organizing complex societies, even in the absence of written language or metal tools. The so-called out-of-place artifacts might be better seen as indicators that our understanding of timelines and regional development is still evolving. And many of the so-called lost cities weren't swallowed by mystery, but by war, disease, changing climate, or gradual decline, natural processes that still shape civilizations today. While it's tempting to fill the gaps in our knowledge with dramatic theories, the true stories behind these ruins are often just as compelling. They tell of human resilience, of knowledge nearly lost and rediscovered, of cultures rising to greatness and falling to obscurity, not by supernatural events, but by the same forces that have always shaped history. What these anomalies and forgotten cities ultimately teach us is humility. Our history is not a straight line of progress, but a web of triumphs, collapses, rediscoveries, and forgotten brilliance. The ancient world was not waiting to be saved by modern technology, it was alive with its own genius. And perhaps the greatest mystery of all is not how these things were built, but how much more is still waiting to be uncovered beneath the soil, the sea, and the stories we've yet to tell.